Hello, hello, you guys. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help you develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How are you doing out there today, evening, real early in the morning, real late at night, in the middle of the afternoon, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are around the globe? I hope that you all are doing absolutely magnificent. And I hope that you all have read, or your plan is to read for at least 30 minutes, y'all. That's right. 30, right? 30 minutes. That's what's up. Get it in, get it in. Well, let me share something with you guys before I read this phenomenal book to you all. I had started something about a month ago, all right? I know it's probably been at least a little more than a month now, to where I have been having my children read before school. Hashtag get lit before school, all right? Hashtag get lit before school, all right? So we want our children to be about that literacy as much as possible. So I've been having them read at least about 10 to 15 minutes before they have been going off to school. And now they are looking forward to it. Now I'm hearing their conversations about different books that we have read or books that they want to read. So, I don't know if you guys heard that saying about it takes 30 days to get a habit to form. All right. And I believe that to be true. If you are consistently doing something for 30 days straight, say you might miss 1 or 2 days, but you gotta get in there and try as much as possible to get in there that 30 days. All right. And of course, continuously after that, and you will see habits transform. All right. You will see your children being able to develop those habits of wanting to read. All right. And so I was just like so excited. Like, for example, today, one of the kids were like, yeah, can you please research for me what kind of cat Tuffy is? Now, Tuffy is our cat that, for those of you who have been consistently watching our videos, you would have seen him in the background, because I'm telling you, he likes to listen to the read-alouds too. And so she wanted to know what kind of cat he was. So she said, can you research what type of cat he is? And I was like, ooh, I just love to hear that, because that's the kind of language you want your young children to start speaking. You want them to start saying things like, can you research? Can I research? Can I look up? Can I go find? Can I go read about this? Do you know how empowering that is? That is why we must continue to encourage our children to read, period, daily. And remember, we must be reading in front of them as well, all right? We cannot go with the whole aspect of do as I say, not as I do. That's for the birds. Toss that in the garbage, period, all right? So now let's get it on and popping. Gave my little 3 minutes and 23 seconds of the spiel, all right? Bam, here's the book for y'all. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? Come on, y'all know y'all excited. Yay, I am. Oh my gosh. Sisters and Champions, the true story of Venus and Serena Williams. The author is Howard Bryant. The illustrator is Floyd Cooper. All right, y'all. Oh my goodness. I'm loving it. And let me show you the back cover real quick. Oh, snap. Look at that. I love it. I love this picture, all right? Now, y'all know who they are. Come on, Venus and Serena. When they came on the scene with tennis, they was just whooping on all them young ladies, right? And then, of course, yes, African-American sisters, because we already know, for those of us who have watched tennis has been a sport that has been dominated by white people, period. In fact, when they came on the scene, as you will learn in this book, that they were not welcomed at all right, from a lot of people. We know not everybody was like that, but a lot of people had that thinking, and they treated them like that. And so we're going to find out what's inside of this Sisters and Champions story. And here's the awesome title page. Loving it, loving it. Dedication page. No one ever laughed at Richard Williams, at least not to his face. When he told people about Venus and Serena and the special things his two daughters would do, they would wait for him to leave. And then they would laugh because he had said the impossible. The Williams family lived in Compton, a real tough, sometimes scary part of Los Angeles. When Venus and Serena were 4 and 3, Richard bought them tennis rackets, believing tennis treated girls more fairly than other sports. And if his hunch was correct, that his girls would have an athletic advantage that would change the sport forever. Richard didn't know anything about tennis, but it didn't stop him from saying the wildest things. He told everyone his little girls, not one, but both of them, would be champions. And the laughter would start. They laughed because Venus and Serena were black. And black people, they said, weren't supposed to play tennis. They laughed because Venus and Serena weren't rich. And people without money, they said, weren't supposed to dream so big. They laughed because Venus and Serena came from Compton. And no tennis champions ever came from such a tough neighborhood. They laughed because it was hard enough for one person in a family to become world famous. But two? But the sisters' mom and dad said differently. They said the sisters were made of special brown skin and wonderful eyes, of big smiles and bigger hearts. And when it came to tennis, a kind of magic. Just wait, their dad would say. You'll see. The girls were so different from each other. Venus was quiet, competitive, protective, just like a big sister. Serena was forceful, stubborn, and even more competitive, just like a little sister. Yet these sisters were also best friends. When Venus was 12 and Serena 10, the family moved to Florida so the sisters could focus even more on tennis. And soon a whole new group of people was talking about them. Have you heard about them? Tennis fans will gossip. I think the big sister's name might be Venus. Everyone is saying she's the next American superstar. And get this, someone told me her little sister might be even better. Yet not all the talk was friendly. The sisters were different. Their skin was different. Their hair was different. Venus was tall, really tall. And the way the sisters hit the ball, so hard like the boys, even harder than the boys, was different. In ways big and small, people reminded them of being different every day. Their father wouldn't let his girls play junior tournaments, even though everyone played juniors. He made them focus on school instead. People said Dad was hurting his girls. Dad said he had a plan, that they were a family, and families always stick together. Stick together they did. Venus and Serena grew even closer as they outworked the other girls. Every day they would hit 200 balls, then 300, then 500, then 1,000. Each day the sisters would sweat and sweat. Dad painted a sign for them that read, "If you fail to prepare properly, you prepare to fail." No one laughed at the girl's father anymore because his dream was becoming real. Venus was only 14 years old when she turned professional. In her very first tournament, she almost beat one of the top-ranked players in the world. It would take Venus 4 years to win her first professional tournament. Still a teenager and already a champion. Yet it wasn't just Venus who won. Serena became a champion at the very same tournament. How? Venus and Serena played as teammates in doubles tennis. Serena was only 16 years old when the sisters won as partners. Both sisters wanted to be considered the best in the world, though. And for that to happen, only one of them could win in the end. One would have to lose. There was no avoiding it. The 1998 Australian Open was the first time they played against each other as professionals. Big sister Venus won. In Rome and Miami the next year, Venus won again and again. Not until Serena turned 18 did she beat Venus for the first time. The girls became young women. Their parents always said they were special, made of magic and big hearts. Soon the sisters dominated the biggest tennis championships in the world. The Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. Venus won Wimbledon 5 times and the US Open twice. Serena will win all 4 tournaments in a row and nickname it the Serena Slam. The sisters were so good they seemed to lose only to each other. In February 2002, Venus was ranked #1 in the world. 6 months later, it was Serena's turn to be #1. It is the only time in history 2 sisters or brothers were ranked first and second in the world. Another of their father's dreams had come true. Still, it hurt so much to play against each other. Neither sister wanted to see the other lose. When they competed for a championship, Mom and Dad could barely watch. So Venus and Serena continued to play as a doubles team. And if playing one of the sisters was tough, together they were unbeatable. They won all of the major doubles championships at least twice. They played together for America in the Olympics 4 times, winning 3 gold medals. As partners, they were the best in the world. Then Venus began feeling weak. Doctors told her she had a disease, one she would have for the rest of her life. It could appear at any time and steal her energy. People began talking again. Is Venus' career over? Then Serena suffered a foot injury and had problems with her lungs. Doctors said she too might not be able to play tennis anymore. She wound up missing a full year and lost her #1 ranking. People were talking once more. The Williams sisters will never again be champions, they said. But as their parents knew, these sisters had magic in them, and the true magic of Venus and Serena Williams is that they never quit. They never stopped working, and they both returned to play tennis. The year Serena returned to tennis, she won the singles tournament at Wimbledon, and the sisters together again won the doubles championship. Serena continued to win and win and win, almost too many trophies to count, more than any women's tennis player in history. And people were talking again. Now they said Serena was one of the greatest athletes, boy or girl, in history. Maybe the best ever. The Williams sisters have a new magic now. Other little girls with special brown skin, wonderful eyes, and big smiles want to play tennis. Venus and Serena are still best friends. They will always be family. Sisters who grew into champions. My first job, Venus says, is big sister, and I take that very seriously. Tennis is just a game, Serena says. Family is forever. Love it, love it. Now, let me show you all the author right here and the illustrator. Oh my goodness. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell you all about this book? Didn't I say this book was phenomenal? Yes, I said it and I meant it. And I hope you all felt that same energy too. I loved it. I loved it. And I really appreciate how the author made sure in writing this book and showing how Venus and Serena valued family over tennis. And of course, that's how we got to know them, right? We got to know them because of their tennis game. And that is a talent that God blessed them with. That is awesome. But I loved how he made sure that he showed that they really appreciated and they supported each other. Even though they were competing against each other, he still made sure he showed that they valued the fact that they were working together. Because I'm going to tell you guys, a lot of times in the media, people would try to put them against each other. Try to make it seem like, oh, Serena, so you winning all of these. Oh, you way better than her, or and just really just trying to make it seem as though that they, when it came to them playing tennis, that was something that they really, really valued over family. And they always brought it back to the fact that, number one, their dad was their first coach. He was the one who got them geared into thinking that they can become champions. And that was something that I appreciated that the author put in this book as well. And so I hope you guys got a lot of those valuable lessons from this book. And I hope you guys go out and check out this book from the library. Because I was so happy to check this book out when I saw it. I said, oh, I got to get it. And I got to read it to y'all. Because y'all know I love reading to you all. So please, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share our videos. Please do that. And please hit the notification bell so that you will be immediately notified when I upload a new story. All right? So you all take care and you have a beautiful reading time. All right? My reading revolutionaries. And keep reading for at least 30 minutes, y'all. 30 minutes a day. Peace.